Hiya, hiya. We have a travel ban going from the living room to the kitchen. We need to change masks. I've got one with a funny face on it, you know. Well, of course, my face is funny to begin with. I don't need to wear a mask. What my favorite mask was the one from the Phantom of the Opera. It doesn't cover the nose and the mouth, though. You know, you gotta do that because it's very important to mask your feelings too. I mean, that's because it could be really treacherous around here. No travel, you know. I mean, they don't want to give us a test to get on the airplane because they know that no one will make it. This is going to be like the SATs that I took. You can't pass that test because well, first of all, they want to see how much oxygen you have in your bloodstream. So they have that little thing you put on your finger, and then it tells you, you know, if you're under 95%, then you should turn yourself in. It's if it's 98, what's mine, 97 or something, and the oxygen level is really important. It shows your immune system, and if your immune system is too high, then you're suspected immediately. But we got a governor in Florida that allows us to be old and live longer. That's not the natural order of things, but he's if you're over 70, you know, you can get the vaccine first. You get it before anybody. I mean, can you imagine they want to keep the older people alive longer? That's because we got all the reverse mortgages and the money. That's why. That's the only reason they want to keep us alive. What the hell do they care about what we think? Nobody wants to hire us, and they don't want to do it. You know that. I mean, come on. They don't want to listen to us because they want to do it themselves. People like to fail on their own. Is that garbage truck going by again? Doesn't this happen every week when I do this taping? I mean, this is absolutely the truth. Think green. I don't plan this, really. If you refer to last week's Reynolds Wrap on a Tuesday, you'll see that same thing happened. But it's a little quieter today. You know, there's less garbage. That's because we have less food. But you know, the toilet paper is not. We got plenty of it here. We got plenty of toilet paper. We have plenty of food. I mean, I've never seen the supermarkets more stuffed than they are right now. And I've never seen anybody with less money than we have right now. No, you know, we really got to get serious about this economy. The Fortune 500 has been hacked. They're down to the Fortune 3. There's nobody left. But why do the Russians care about what we've done with the economy? I'll tell you why. Because they're tied into China, and they want that communist way of government, of control over the country and the world. You know, I'm going to rule the world. I don't know why these guys act like people who have a lot of money and have a lot of power, don't they know they're going to die anyway? I mean, you're going to die. You only have a certain amount of time here. This is not brain surgery. It could be if you want to be kept alive. No, I mean, there's nobody going to stay longer than 70, 90, 80, 100 years. I mean, you're not going to stay that much longer, and you're not going to feel good if you do stay that long anyway, I'm told. I don't know. I'm not there yet. But I don't see how everybody gets into this. Not everybody. I don't see how people get into this thing where they accumulate so much. The Egyptians did that. They got buried with all of their goods, you know. That's why we're digging up the pyramids, because we want to see what they buried. We want to take the gold, you know. Nobody's interested in the tomb of King Tut, you know. No, but the Egyptians are very. They were a miraculous team. You know, they learned how to keep the body fresh. They invented formaldehyde. You know, and they wrapped it in this great Johnson & Johnson. Was that a commercial? Bandage, you know, and they put this thing down there and under the sand, and people dig them up, and they all look like they died in a fire. They're charcoal. It's not pleasant, you know. Death is not anything you want to visit. I don't care to visit death. How about you? Are you making an appointment here? You're not going to bitch about the line being too long now, are you? That's what people do all day, you know. Me first. I was here first, you know. Distance yourself from death. That's what you got to do. But I don't know. I'm going to stay alive a little bit longer, just enough to aggravate people. See, I've outlived all of my enemies, and now I'm working on my friends. Why am I laughing? It's a silly day. That's why there's nothing to do here today except cheer on those older people like myself who are going to get the vaccine. We're going to get the vaccine, and I'm an older guy. I will get the vaccine, and I will live a lot longer. Then what? I got to go get my stuff out of storage. Storage is like feeding oats to a dead horse. What the hell do I keep all that stuff for? I'm an Egyptian, I guess, you know. You know what an Egyptian is, right? No, I got it wrong. You know what a mummy is? A mummy is an Egyptian pressed for time. That's you got to be silly today. Come on, this is silly day. There's no news. You know, if you watch television, nothing's happening. Why are they giving us all these figures, all these numbers all the time of how many people died, how many people got attacked by... Why are we so statistically oriented? Why do we have to have the numbers? Do you live by virtue of comparison, or do you live by your own standard? Now, that's a good question. Come on now, let's be philosophical for a minute. To thine own self be true. You know, who said that? Was that Shakespeare? You got to be true to yourself. Now, how long you're going to live is not important. It's how well you live, but it's how well you live with yourself, because it is an inside job. And, you know, people in the end wind up alone anyhow. You know that, don't you? Think about it. This is not a good conversation now. We were better when we were silly. Anyhow, I don't know what to tell you except that television sucks and I'm not on it. It's a Reynolds Wrap.